Did you know that around 85% of men can't recognize when they're being cheated on? Shocking, right? But don't worry, because today I'll be sharing some crucial insights that might entirely transform the way you see your relationship. Before we dive in, if you're looking to level up in life, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button now. Let's get to the point, men. Listen carefully, as what I'm about to share could be the key to uncovering some of the deepest IEs of female behavior. You've probably heard that women are masters at concealing their true intentions. Well, that's not just a myth when it comes to infidelity. Women tend to be far more subtle and strategic than men. While some of you may leave behind obvious clues when being unfaithful, many women possess an almost artistic ability to disguise their actions. But don't be disheartened today. I'll reveal 6 common phrases women use when they chain phrases that often slip right past men unnoticed. Imagine this. What if your partner's words were telling you something you hadn't even noticed? Do you really know what's going on in your relationship? Has your partner ever used one of these 6 phrases without you even suspecting a thing? Don't miss a second of this, as this information could be the turning point between living in a lie or discovering a truth that could change your life forever. Without further ado, let's start. Number 1. So. And so understands me so well when your partner repeatedly mentions someone else, especially in a positive or admiring way. This could be a red flag. Phrases like "so and so understands me so well" might appear harmless at first glance, but often carry more weight. This could signal that she's forming an emotional connection with this person, a bond that may deepen over time. This isn't just an innocent comparison, it's a subtle hint that someone outside the relationship may get her more than you do. This could be a precursor to emotional or even physical involvement, suggesting she's creating distance from you and seeking comfort elsewhere. If you notice she frequently compares you to so and so or lavishly praises this person, it's important to consider who this person is and what role they play in her life. Be alert to these signs and take steps to understand the situation better in order to protect your relationship. This kind of emotional triangulation can lead to a slow erosion of intimacy between partners. What begins as casual admiration may develop into covert messaging, flirting, and secret meetups, particularly if emotional support is being sourced elsewhere, which should ideally come from within the relationship. Therefore, if a name keeps popping up, especially in emotionally charged conversations, it's not paranoia to take a closer look. It's vigilance and emotional self-respect. Number 2, don't worry. I'm just going out with some friends. This phrase might sound innocent, but it can hide deeper complexities and potential dishonesty. Often those who are hiding something will use routine excuses to cover up what's really going on. Saying she's just going out with friends could be a tactic to prevent you from asking too many questions or feeling suspicious, allowing her to do things outside the home that might not be as innocent as they seem. If you hear this often or notice inconsistencies in her stories, it's crucial to stay alert. Frequent use of this excuse combined with vague explanations could signal that something isn't right. Being aware of these subtleties can help protect your relationship's integrity. This is because recurring night outs or unaccounted social events can sometimes function as camouflage when someone wishes to keep another aspect of their life private. You might notice that she becomes less responsive during these outings, or her mood shifts drastically when returning home. Trust is built through consistency, and if patterns of secrecy begin to surface, it's essential to communicate openly and ask questions not from a place of accusation, but from a need for honesty and clarity. Emotional boundaries get crossed long before physical ones do, and these small dismissals of concern should not be ignored. Number 3. I need more space for myself. When a partner asks for more space, it can sound like a genuine request for balance, but it's worth exploring what it might really mean. Often this need for space is used to create opportunities to spend time apart, potentially with someone else. Though this desire for more space might seem like an effort toward personal growth, it can actually be a pretext for growing emotional or physical distance in the relationship. If you notice that her request for space seems to result in time spent on things she doesn't share with you, or if she's interacting with you less, it's important to pay attention. Such signs may point to a hidden agenda and could impact their relationship. While the idea of space in a relationship can be healthy, especially for individual self-development, It becomes problematic when it is one-sided or lacks transparency. For instance, if you ask what she's doing with this space and she avoids the topic or gets defensive, that's a clue. People who are genuinely trying to recalibrate their personal needs usually invite their partner into the process, or at least communicate the purpose of the separation in vague or unclear circumstances. Space can sometimes become the playground where secrecy thrives and accountability disappears. Number 4. I'm working late tonight. A common excuse used to explain absences is work. If your partner starts to mention working late or doing overtime frequently, this could be a red flag worth investigating. While it might sound like a reasonable explanation, it often masks something deeper. When this excuse becomes a routine occurrence, it's wise to observe any shifts in her schedule and how she reacts when questions. Sudden overtime inconsistencies in her stories or other suspicious behaviors might suggest a different story entirely. The way she responds to your doubts and the explanation she provides can offer vital clues in modern relationships where work schedules are demanding. It's easy to hide questionable behavior under the umbrella of professional responsibilities. However, if she never talks about her tasks or coworkers and remains secretive about her work location or work phone, it's time to be cautious. It's not about being controlling. It's about being conscious. Recurring excuses with zero proof or unnecessary defensiveness could indicate there's more happening than meets the eye. Pay attention to changes in grooming habits, sudden interest in new clothes, or unexplained expenses. These often accompany fabricated work-related absences. Number 5. I think we need some time apart. When a partner suggests taking time apart, this phrase may seem like a genuine attempt to address relationship issues, but it often hides more complex intentions. This request for a break can create an opportunity for infidelity to occur without direct interference from the partner. It's sometimes a way to test the partner's response, set the stage for what's next, or alleviate any guilt she may be feeling if this suggestion comes up suddenly and without much context. Consider the possibility that there's more behind than just a need for space. The frequency of such requests and the manner in which they're made can reveal her true motives. Often breaks are suggested under the pretense of clarity or personal healing, but in reality, they might be used to explore alternative romantic options guilt-free. It's important to ask what boundaries exist during this break and whether communication remains open. Some people already have a backup plan in place and use the idea of taking time apart as a soft exit strategy, emotionally distancing themselves while preparing for a new beginning with someone else. If her request for time apart comes at a time of conflict or shortly after meeting someone new, this should raise concern. Understanding timing and motives behind the break is essential. Number 6. You deserve someone better than me. When she says you deserve someone better than me, this phrase might seem loaded with humility or regret, but it can signal something deeper. This is often a subtle acknowledgement that she's aware of inappropriate behavior such as an affair and is seeking to shift some of their responsibility. By saying this, she could be indirectly paving the way for a possible separation. Although it sounds like an honest reflection of her inadequacies, this can actually be a tactic to ease the guilt of infidelity. Each of these phrases carries its own weight and potential hidden meaning. So understanding these signs can be crucial for the health of your relationship. Now the question is, have you heard any of these before? Remember, awareness is the first step in protecting what matters to you. If you found this information helpful, take a moment to like this video, share it with friends who might need these insights, and subscribe for more content that can empower you in your relationships. This phrase, especially "you deserve someone better," is a linguistic mask. It frames guilt as compassion and positions her as the selfless party, while also allowing her to disengage from the relationship with minimal confrontation. It's a passive way of hinting that something is wrong without having to admit what exactly that is, and it usually appears when someone has already emotionally checked out or is involved with someone else. By framing herself as the problem, she avoids deeper accountability and potentially deflects suspicion. It's important to not take these words purely at face value, but instead look at the patterns of behavior surrounding them.